Welcome back, Tiger fans, Tiger people. It's here, it's late. I was waiting for the teams to get released, which they finally have, so I could talk a bit more in depth about the game, but it's elimination final time. We play tomorrow night at the Gabba against the Lions. A massive clash over the moon. I'll tell you what, a few weeks ago, wasn't sure we're going to be here, but we've absolutely done it. We're in flying form at the moment. Dusty is back. It's confirmed. Dustin Martin is back. Mr. September, the final specialist. Perfect time. Can't think of a better occasion for him to be back. But let's talk about the game because I want to get into it. I'm that excited. We are the number one ball moving side in the comp at the moment, and Brisbane's weakness is probably defending ball movement like that. So we've got the advantage of them in this situation, and I'm really looking forward to being able to try and expose that using our run, using our pace. The ball movement has been absolutely fantastic. Brisbane are no doubt better at the clearance work, and I've got some notes here. They're better in the clearance work, especially in the forward half. Their forward half clearances have been really good this year, where that's probably an area that we lack. But we definitely make up for it in other ways. I mean, if we can get the footy to ground level, we have that real advantage because that's when we can attack, we can swoop, we can surge forward, and we love it. We love scrappy footy, and that's sort of the way we're gonna try and play. We're number 4 for post-clearance contested possessions in the competition, which basically means winning the footy on the spread, which is what we love. Like I said, we love to get the ball out wide, get it up the wings, use it long, and that's where Marlon and Camden really come in handy. And they had a dominant game last time we played Brisbane at the G. So we're going to look to those guys again, no doubt whatsoever. Our pressure needs to be high. I mean, that's a given. It's arguably the best forward line we've had since the 1980s. I mean, when you look at the people in there and the form that they're all in, I mean, you got Jack Lynch, Dustin Martin, Shea Bolton runs through there, Noah Cumberland, Morris Rioli. I mean, the forwards that we've got at the moment they're scary on any given day. And if they're all ticking at the same time, then geez, watch out. I wouldn't want to be an opposition defense coming up against that mob. So they're absolutely on fire at the moment. We're one of the top inside 50 teams in the competition, if not up the top. I know we were at certain stages throughout the season, so we're going to look to do that again. And with the form Tom Lynch is in, it's actually scary how good Tom Lynch is playing this year. He's led the competition for average goals per game. Contested marks, he's leading in. I think he's kicked the most goals against top 8 sides, or he averages the most goals against top 8 sides than any other player in the competition. And he missed 5 games of footy. But ever since he's come back, he's been that dominant. I mean, I don't have to talk about how dominant he's been. We all know it. He's kicked bags, and I reckon he's going to have a pretty good day or pretty good night tomorrow again against the Brisbane Lions. They've got a couple of injuries. I know Marcus Adams isn't going to play, which is actually quite a sad story. As much as it suits us, you don't want to see players get injured the way he's gone down, but it does suit us, so we'll talk about it in that sense that, Marcus Adams is down, Cam Rayner's suspended, so we've got a few things working in our favour, but we can't get ahead of ourselves, and that's the biggest thing. I'm sure the boys won't, but as fans as well, because we're going to have to really try and internalise that and not get too overexcited by these little increments that may or may not have a difference on the game. Lachie Neale is probably the elephant in the room in a sense, in the way. I guess he dominates against us every time. He racks up disposals. He plays well against Richmond. I feel like he loves lining up against us, and it's partly because we don't tag. We don't want to tag. It's not in our game style, but I feel like we probably should put more emphasis on focusing on these types of players when they are starting to break the game open a little bit. And I reckon even a Jack Ross could play a role like that. He's done it before. I originally would have said Jack Graham, but I noticed he didn't get included in the side this week. So there we go. Jack Ross, I feel like could do a good role. That not hard tags. You want our players to play their own game, but just keeping an eye on him and putting a body on, keeping him accountable essentially. But speaking of selection, like I said, Graham did not get picked. Castagna was dropped as our medical sub, and the real surprising one. I mean, I think anybody that got dropped was going to be really stiff, but Shane Edwards. I mean, you think going into a final, you'd want an experienced campaigned head. I mean, this would have been his 16th finals appearance, I believe. You'd think that's what you'd want heading into a final series, but they've opted to drop Shedder, and whether he's the medical sub, which I presume he will be, and I mean, he could be a real dangerous X factor for us if, we're to make a medical sub change, just say late in the third, for example. He comes on, he's fresh, he's got that experienced head, skills, we know what he can do. It could work in our favour, but I did think he was really stiff to get dropped. I mean, I'm not sure who else. I mean, Sonzi would have been stiff, Jack Ross would have been. Anyone that you drop out of that side, really, it would have been a stiff call. And I mean, and Dustin Martin automatically comes in. It's a given that Dusty comes in. Like I said, his finals record speaks for itself, and even in home and away, I mean, he's just one of the best players of all time. So if he's 80%, he's going to come in the side, and he is. So it's going to be exciting to see him. That's almost everything. I've gone through all my notes. I've rushed through them because I'm that excited. One, to get the video out because it's late, but two, just I'm that keen for the game. I did buy tickets. Me and my sister were supposed to fly up, but I think just a whole mixture of things, and I guess pricing for just one night, it just all got a little bit too much. So unfortunately not getting to the game. I will be heading into Richmond tomorrow, which is exciting. So try and get somewhere, get the atmosphere up and about. I mean, if you're at the game, amazing. Support the boys hard, obviously. And even from Melbourne, I mean, they feel the love. Doesn't matter where we are. So it's disappointing we're interstate and we can't be back at the G packing it out for a final. But being at the Gabba, we've had such a good record there. We won a flag there. We've beaten Brisbane there before. I still remember flying up in 2019, watching Dusty kick 6, and it was just an absolute piss take in the end. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from the boys at the moment. I am confident. I'm not too confident, I don't think, but I think I'm just the right amount of confident where I can go in with a bit of faith and really sit back and enjoy this game. So it's pretty much it. And hopefully I'm talking to you in a few days about a big Richmond win and moving on against either Melbourne or Sydney. But it's going to be interesting. I think no matter who we face, we're a genuine chance. But one step at a time, and the Lions is a massive hurdle. So we're gonna jump it. And it's as simple as that. So pretty much that's all I've got for this one until the next video, which will be the Brisbane review. I'm struggling to spit these words out, which will be the Brisbane review. Enjoy, watch the game, support hard, and go Tigers.